Boo. Hello. Welcome to stream. Welcome. It is MossClan time. Welcome. Good luck to everyone drawing. But yeah, I say we just hop right in and do our first time skip. I see births and deaths. I'm gonna guess it's sashimi, but it could be something else. Rain Mask was attacked by a bee when she bent down to take a bite of flowering catmint. Ashleep traveled to Hornet Clan to resolve some recent herb gathering disputes, but it only made Hornet Clan more upset, and then Ashleep got a running nose. You okay, Yoshi? You okay? Yoshi? You okay with it? Yoshi's got a weak heart, so he coughs a lot. Yeah, that was more like a wheezing, coughing thing that he was doing. He seems okay, though. Piper Arch was seen in a very serious conversation with Kitty Pet. Hello, Kramig. Bit his housefolk who tried to pet him. Relatable. Oh, it's Shard Ember. Shard Ember was wandered out in the territory and was later found dead, a peaceful expression on her face. Rest in peace, girl. Last year, Moon One was becoming a mediator. This year, Moon One is sadly your death. Melkare has a running nose. Dawn Stripe dislocated her leg. Stormy Wing has a running nose. I'm gonna say that means Nook Holly is dead in the rogue save, but I'm gonna change when he died specifically because he has kids. So I'm gonna change it to instead he died after his kids were born. Or, after they were, expecting. But, yeah, that means Nook Holly is dead. Turbo is now a single parent. Oleander Paw touches noses with his new mentor, Melkare. Yay, Melkare got an apprentice. Takes a bit of coaxing by Peachy for Holly Kit to step forward, gets apprenticed to Stormy Wing, and Sashimi Kit died. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. Sashimi Kit kind of died in, every run that I was doing, like an AU, besides one. The full name would have been Sashimi Buzz. Hi, honey. Hi, Dracome. My boyfriend is in chat. Adds in 1 minute, by the way. I believe last year Sashimi was grabbed by a hawk or something. Or an eagle, yeah. By the way, Floxkit keeps asking cats to repeat themselves until it's clear that something about her hearing is weak and unreliable. So Floxkit has partial hearing loss. Friskkit woke up with a mild headache. And sadly, Shard Ember and Sashimi Kit have died. And let's take a look at everyone. Strickstar considers expanding the borders. Piper Arch purrs as a cold breeze hits him. Model Iris is wondering how the cats she helped in the past are doing. I believe you guys are getting ads right now, or about to. Alpheus is feeling silly. Tin Willow saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. Bubbling Mark cowers in her nest during a particularly rough storm. And, you can't do your job because you're grieving. Ashley, Pisoki, and the New Leaf Morph. And we have some mediating to do. Because, I noticed a lot of big ones when I was checking. So, first, there's this. There's this to mediate. So, yeah, we're gonna be working on that. Peachy is worried about Tulip Kit. Silverback tries to set a good example for younger cats. Zara can't keep up with Rain Mask. Wheatheart is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. You're still grieving. Milk Hair splashes in a puddle of water during a patrol. Dust Bunny sleeps in Shishimi Kit's nest tonight. I am sad. Dawn Stripe got caught in a sudden downpour and is not happy about it. Lake Spot's thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Leaps Roll's thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Why you cross with a baby? Leaf Cave keeps her eyes out on the skies, afraid an eagle could come get her. Fitting with the baby that just died. Ice Shard saw a yappy little dog today. Good luck with the thing that fell off your wall. I'm going to assume it was a poster. Or more likely, one of your mechs. Gundams. Chasing Zoom got caught in a sudden downpour and is not happy about it. In AU saves, Shard Ember died in every one of them except for one of them. So I was kind of expecting that. Frostfin cowers in his nest during a particularly rough storm. Sorry, Frostfin. Trickle Blotch is relieved that Leaf Bear is finally over. Sharp Daisy is picking the burrs from her pelt. Rubble Spider wants to surprise a clanmate with a gift. Cute. Skydust doesn't want to go on Dawn Patrol. Oleander Paw doesn't think that he has been performing up to his mentor's standards lately. Hollypaw is hoping Marie didn't have too many regrets when he died. I don't remember Marie. Twas a frame thing, I see. Icy Pelt is complaining about her aching joints. Rain Mask saw the queen. Rain Mask saw a two-legged kit playing with a dog. Flint Kit is playing a prank on Tulip Kit. I believe Rebel does have a crush, but it is someone that is much older than him at the moment and also is taken. I can't remember who off the top of my head. Tulip Kit can't find Ice Shard anywhere. Tamago Kit cowers in her nest during a particularly rough storm. Maki Kit wonders what his warrior name will be. I know it. Frisk Kit is feeling peckish. If you did watch the AU runs I was doing and remember Frisk Kit's full name, do not reveal it. Because I accidentally leaked that one. Cloudy Kit snaps at Rain Mask for trying to help her with something she can do just fine. Seems like Cloudy Kit is being very sassy. Do they know, ref? Basalt Kit is sharing tongues with Leaf Cave. Fox Kit is getting a badger ride from Milk Hair. Cute. And, yeah. We do have new apprentices, but this is MossClan, so Hollypaw and, Oleander Paw won't actually be leaving officially until they're 8 moons. See, I remembered the rules of the clans this time. We're gonna send them on a fake patrol and not let them actually do anything. But look, I remembered. Also, someone mentioned looking at Turbo. Trying to find a warm place to sleep. Good luck finding your red-eyes black dragon. Well, Frisket is the child of Alpheus. I think Necali probably went to the unknown residence, unless he didn't. Yeah, he's there. But, he does go here. But, yeah, patrol time. So let's send out Trickleblotch. I actually noticed there's a giant crush on Chasing Zoom, so let's send those two out. Practice new fighting. Oh, neither cat stepped up to teach. My date went badly. Lake Spots, Leaf Cave, and Streakstar. Two-on-one fighting. Streakstar waggles her haunches and dares Leaf Cave and Lake Spots to come at her. The free cats tussle until Leaf Cave distracts Streakstar for Sheev strike to her ear, and Lake Spots pins her down. They congratulate each other as they head back to camp. Adorable. We can send out a Piper model date. Piper Arch can't notice how hard the medicine cat is pushing herself. Without a single word, Piper Arch drapes his tail over model Iris's shoulders, letting out a comforting purr as the medicine cat leans against him. Cute. Rebel Spider can go out with Skydusk. Large Rat. Miss the Rat and their confidence is shaken. I can hear Yoshi pitter-pattering upstairs, walking on the hard floor. Zara can go out with Stormy Wing and Silverback. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Even though Zara made it out, she swears someone pushed her and blames Stormy Wing. Uh-oh. Stormy Wing denies it and says they should get Zara back to camp and get her injury looked at. Zara got a broken jaw. So that's something. Hey, Stormy. Did you actually do that? I do know that you have failing eyesight. Okay, Stormy doesn't even, like... There's nothing. That was not, like, premeditated trying to kill Zara. Yay, you found your red eyes. I'm assuming it was an accident, if anything, like, happened. Let's send out Dust Bunny, Milk Hair, and let's just do a bunch of, mostly white cats, I guess. Hello, bird. We narrowly missed it. You tried to kill me, girl. Who even are you? No. Zara doesn't know who Stormy is. There are no relations. We could get Streakstar and Rebel Spider next moon. Leaf Swirl can go out with Peachy, and let's have them go on a medicine cat. So, Tin Willow. Carrying capacity, should we find anything? Not only did they not find anything, but Tin Willow is this close to murdering Peachy. He's obnoxious, troublesome, childish, and simply not someone Tin Willow enjoys interacting with. Oh, jeez. That is, not good wording. Alpheus, why don't you go out? Hello, we're getting Bettany. While they haven't yet grown to their flowers, the Bettany has no shortage of leaves for Alpheus to harvest. Good job, and we get Goldenrod. And next moon, that was the first moon of the year. I see births and deaths. That's not canon. Ashleep's running nose has stopped running, ignoring that second one. Wheatheart's no longer grieving, got a stomach ache though. Bubbling Mark is no longer grieving. Milker's running nose stopped running. Stormywing no longer has a running nose. Ice Shard is no longer grieving. Frostfin has a running nose. Sharp Daisy isn't grieving. Silverback went for a long walk this morning deep and fought. Flintpaw was apprenticed to Sharp Daisy and hopes she'll get to hunt first so she can make sure the clan is fed. Tulip Kit loudly complains as Silverback pulls him over to quickly groom him and was apprenticed to Chasing Zoom. Hollypaw was bitten by a venomous spider. Wasn't that one Milkhair's apprentice? No, Milkhair had Oleander Paw. That is still super sad. That is still super sad. What would your full name have been? Hollycatcher. Aw! Hollycatcher is so cute. Tamago Paw was apprenticed to someone and went on a long walk deep and fought. Maki Paw was also Wheatheart got an apprentice. Got Maki Paw. Basalt Kit misstepped and slipped from a rock but landed on her feet. Her clanmates commented on her dexterity. First Kit no longer has a headache and was apprenticed to Frostfin. And Cloudy Paw was apprenticed. Well then, let's take a look at everyone. Streakstar is pretending to be busy. Piper Arch is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Model Iris is organizing the herb stores. Alpheus is thinking about a strange two-leg object he saw recently. Tin Willow wishes it was easier to talk to his clanmates. Bubbling Mark wonders if her fur is unkempt and whether others can notice. Hey, can you work on this? Can you do any better? That was actually a decent chunk gone. Thank you. Ashleep is soaking in the new leaf warmth. And then, can you work on maybe Piper and Frost? Because that's also a giant dislike. Okay, that's another decent chunk. Peachy clung so desperately to Hollypaw's body that he had to be dragged away. Oh, baby. Silverback is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Zara is feeling excited. Wheatheart wishes he could take the day off. Milkhair wishes she could still get badger rides. That's adorable. Dust Bunny tries to set a good example for younger cats. Dawnstripe saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Lake Spots can't find Zara anywhere. That's concerning when Zara has a broken jaw. Leaps Roll saw a two-leg petting a loner. Stormy Wing is thinking about his life choices. When Bubbling Mark dies, she will be drawn in Galaxy Clan Star Clan section. Leaf Cave is wondering if Teasel Sprout is doing well in Star Clan. Ice Shard is looking forward to the next gathering. Chasing Zoom purrs as a cool breeze hits her. Frostfin is relaxing in camp. Trickleblotch wonders what Alpheus is up to. Sharp Daisy almost got lost near some two-leg nests. Rebel Spider is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. My dogs need to stop walking around upstairs. Their little claws are going click click on the wood floor. Stormy was cross with Holly last moon and now is thinking about their life choices. They didn't even get to be a mentor. Aw. Skydusk wants to go hunt. Oleanderpaw prays that Hollypaw is safe in StarClan. Sad. Flintpaw hopes the deputy won't assign her to the Dawn Patrol tomorrow. You're responsible, by the way. Apprentice to Sharp Daisy. Milkhair's apprentice is insecure. He did also just lose a sibling. They're still not old enough to actually leave camp. Tulip Paw doesn't stop practicing a move until it's done perfectly. You're ambitious to Chasing Zoom. Tamago Paw reported a clanmate for breaking the code. You're righteous to Ice Shard. Maki Paw daydreams about being a warrior in Tiger Clan. You're strict to Wheatheart. Frisk Paw is vengeful and quick to make peace. Looks like we're possibly doing a genocide run with Frisk. Mentor is Frostfin. Cloudy Paw is practicing sparring with Maki Paw. You're charismatic, apprentice to Rubble Spider. Cute. Kara Paw, yeah. Frisk, no, wrong route. Icy Pelt tries to downplay her clanmate's accomplishments. That's not good. Rain Mask is happy she can pass on her knowledge in a new way. Basalt Kit is regretting not going to sleep earlier. Floxkit chats with Model Iris about what it's like to be a medicine cat. And patrol time. Let me send out those millions of apprentices on a fake patrol because they're not allowed to go out yet. So fake patrol, do not proceed. And then one last fake patrol. Almost clicked antagonize instead of do not proceed. Okay, so the fake patrols are out of the way. Someone mentioned Streak Star and Rubble Spider. Someone said with her family. Let me double check who her kids are. Because I know she has kids that aren't like her nephew. But I do not remember them. Okay, it's Leap and Stormy. Thank you. So, Leap and Stormy. We're going hunting. The conditions don't disappoint, and it's going to be a tough carrying all their fresh kill home, but that's kind of a problem the cats are happy to have. Good job, guys. And I hydrate before I dehydrate. Sorry for the loud can noise, it just got finished. Wheatheart can go out with Milkhair. Why is it always a snowing patrol when I send dates out? Well then, Milkhair has frostbite. Silverback can go out with Leaf Cave and Piper Arch. Badger making a den on J-Clan territory. That hurts too much knowing what happened in J-Clan. Piper Arch tells the patrol to continue on. Hops over the border to walk to J-Clan's camp. He's greeted at the camp entrance with bristled fur, angry hisses, and the leader demanding to know what he's doing there. He explains the situation and with his smooth talking skills manages to convince the cats on his good intentions. The leader thanks him and orders the patrol to escort him back to the border. Seems in character for Wasp. Sky Dust can go out with Chasing Zoom and Dust Bunny. We see a shrew. Chasing Zoom gets it. Let's send out Model with someone. Trickle Blotch, it seems. Trickle Blotch tells Model Iris about the dream he had last night. Have an in-depth conversation. Explains that he remembers an old rendezvous. By the time they head back to camp, they should have a good idea of what to do with this information. Trickle Blotch, do you know how little that, like, narrows it down when you're MossClan and all of you are, like, in half-clan relationships at some point? I swear. Peachy can go out with Ice Shard and Lake Spots. We see a mouse. Ice Shard gets it. The Mousery will never be solved. We could do a solo. Frostfin. Thunderpath. Patient enough to wait until the Thunderpath is completely cleared, then trots across to hunt on the other side. Thank you. Sharp Daisy, you can go with Tin Willow. Getting moss. Mouse dung, the best moss gathering spot. They find that some animal has dug up most of it. And then Alpheus. New Leaf. Alpheus attempts to pick his way through the blackberry thorns to reach the leaves, but it soon becomes clear that it's a hopeless task. Well then. You had half-clan relations. Do you know how little that narrows it down? Also, I left the screen, but I'm pretty sure I saw Cloudy Kit, like, up here. Like, Cloudy Paw was up here. Anyway, time skip. Icy Births and Deaths. Rainmouse's bee sting is feeling better. Icy Pelt is no longer grieving, but got heat exhaustion. Wheatheart no longer has a stomach ache. Dawnstripe no longer has a dislocated joint. Dawnstripe and Leaf Cave have 4 babies now. Frostfin's running nose is gone. Peachy's tail is badly injured by a dog. Tamago Paw woke up with a mild headache, but went about her day anyway. Basalt Paw was apprenticed to Silverback. Skydust got Floxpaw. And then Floxpaw got Fleas. Oh, the loner Charlie has died. There was a lot of theories. This is actually really sad because this means both of Nook's probably children are dead. So there was a lot of theories on the Discord that Charlie was Nook Holly's littermate because they were the same age. And there's also a theory that Skydust is Charlie's kid. So, you know. There's that. Anyway, I want to see the babies. This is Hal Kit, a little impulsive girl. Jasmine Kit, a little sweet boy. Copper Kit, a fearless boy. Freeze Kit, a skittish girl. Little adorable babies. Rainmouse can't get anything done with the heat. Icipelt is basking in the sun. Floxpaw hopes the deputy won't assign her to the next patrol. She is troublesome. Basalt Paw saw some wandering 2 legs today. Cloudy Paw winked playfully at another apprentice from across the clearing. Friskpaw can't let anything go. Mocky Paw can't sleep because of the bugs and the heat. Tamago Paw daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. Tulip Paw is giving some advice to Ice Shard. Flint Paw listens to her mentor's advice. Oleander Paw is now old enough to actually leave camp, almost died of embarrassment after a recent fumble, though I do think that Milkhair still has frostbite, so we'll probably send him out with wheat hair. Not wheat hair. You know what I meant. Floxpaw's permanent condition is that he has partial hearing loss. She has partial hearing loss. Skydust was roped into playing Moss Ball with the kits. Rubble Spider is hoping he finds an opportunity to slip back into his nest. Sharp Daisy spends time watching fish in the nearby river. Tricklebotch thinks every little tickle on his fur is a spider. Hi, Stickbug. Unfortunately, Sashimi Kit and Shard Ember have passed. Milkhair has frostbite right now. Charlie and Nook Holly are dead, but Nook Holly, I'm gonna change the time period when he died so I don't have to edit the kids he has. But he has kids that have a single parent now. Hollypaw died. Frostfin saw a 2-leg kit play with a dog. Chasing Zoom is finding the buzzing of cicadas annoying. Ice Shard is sharing tongues with Stormy Wing. Leaf Cave pulls Jasmine Kit aside and starts grooming him despite his protest. That's adorable. Stormy Wing can't believe Zara thinks moving the border of Mouse Life wouldn't matter. Yeah, Kit toggles. 1 second. I was told this might not matter, but I'm not sure because I remember it happening with same-sex couples still adopting. Leap Swirl saw a two-leg Kit playing with a dog. Did we pass? No, not yet. Lake Spots has the apprentice varying cage and a very tall tail. And Dawn Stripe is whining about clan duties. I did the right cat, right? Sorry, I'm a little hazy-headed. I will give the information that Necalli's kits are 6 moons old. So we should say that he probably died, like, I think the earliest it could be would be like 4 moons into the year. And I do know how he could have died because 1 second. He fell off a cliff and broke his leg in Hornet Clan. So I could just retcon that to say he fell off a cliff and died. Also, hi Dust Bunny, enjoying the warmth of the green leaf. Mohair is whining about clan duties. Wheatheart is relieved Snowy Shadow won't have to struggle anymore. Snowy Shadow died so long ago, I believe. Zara is eavesdropping on Freeze Kit. Silverback bounces around the territory on Border Patrol. Yeah, he fell off a cliff again. Peachy wonders what Skydusk is up to. Ashley wonders if MossClan considers her to be a good mediator. I do. Can you please fix this? Think maybe 1 more mediation and then I think it will probably be fine. There we go. Bubbly Mark is worried she may have made things worse. Uh-oh. Let's hope you don't make things worse. So let's do Piper and Ice Shard. Because Piper's kind of a hater. There we go. I think Dawnleaf can be bio. I'm pretty sure Dawnleaf has a brother. Like, this is Dawnleaf's brother. He could have been a donor. Possibly. Tinwillow is sitting in the shade trying to hide from the heat. Yes, Hornet Clan is now available for other clans to have half-clan relationships with. And Leaf has Ice as a brother, too. Icefin matches up looks-wise as well. I think you meant Frostfin. But yeah. Alpheus is enjoying the warmth of Greenleaf. Model Iris left the territory to gather an herb for a spot she used to know. Piper Arch can't believe he overslept today. Well, you are getting older. Streakstar bats a moss ball back to Basalt Kit when it hits her, chuckling at the wide-eyed Kit. And let's do a bunch of fake patrols, because the only one that is old enough is Oleander, and everyone else is not old enough, so we need to do a bunch of fake ones. We're about to get ads, by the way, I believe. And let's send out Oleander. And Wheat can take Oleander out, since Milkhair is out of the... It's hot out today, and Hunting Patrol bounces around, infused with energy. In the heat of midday, yawning with the sleepy pleasure of the heat, Oleander Paw hears a croaking bleat. The patrol trots off to investigate and finds an upside-down mountain sheep stuck into a crevice. Not only do they bring back as much meat as they can carry, but they also make sure to bring back wool, too. Woo! Big send. I think you guys are getting ads right now. I'm gonna go grab another drink, because I'm out of Sprite. I return. I'm out of breath because the stairs suck. I now have grape flavored water. I remember someone saying send up Piper and Tin Willow together. Lungwort. Not only is the lungwort intact and growing nicely, but there's also a nice patch of plantain. Good job. Look, Tin Willow had a success. Stairs are my enemy. Glad you survived them, even though it was a tough battle. Yeah. Let's send out Stormy and let's send out Leap. Unfamiliar scent. Well then, following the scent trail nose to the ground, Stormywing doesn't see the blow coming. He hauls himself to his feet, spitting with outrage, but the rogue that did it has already turned and run from the patrol. Stormywing got a cat bite. Well then, pronouns are they, them today. We could do a solo. Frostfin, don't. Thank you. Immediately turns and heads home to report this to his leader. Ice Shard can go out with Rebel Spider and Dust Bunny. Ghost stories. Despite the tense mood, the patrol is successful. Leaf Cave, Chasing Zoom, and Skydust can go out. 2-on-1 fighting. Chasing Zoom and Skydust team up against Leaf Cave and Thrasher easily. While Chasing Zoom and Skydust congratulate each other, Leaf Cave silently stews over this unfair, unbalanced training exercise. Her clanmates don't notice her bad mood, which only makes her more irritable. Streakstar, let's send her out alone. Hello, Hornet Clan. I'm gonna roll on if we proceed, do not proceed, or antagonize on this. But they're jeering at Streak. Give me a second, I didn't have it pulled up. Streakstar is just going to proceed. Streakstar remains calm and collected, ignoring the aggression. Eventually, the Hornet Clan patrol gives up on their taunting and leaves the area, deflated by the lack of reaction. Somehow that improved the relations. Trickle Blotch, Dawnstripe, and Silverback. Badger on Viper Clan territory. Dawnstripe is not willing to let any cat die to a badger and orders the patrol to continue on while she waits for Viper Clan patrol to come by, giving them a warning about the badger. Unbothered Queen. Let's send out Alpheus with someone. You got with Lake Spots. Getting Moss. Just got a bunch of Moss. I didn't really struggle drawing Berry Dew that much. Well then. Trespassing Rogue. Sharp Daisy runs down the scree slope to see what's up with them, but the rogue turns and flees MossClan territory. I'm not going to stream Hornet Clan because Hornet Clan is the lowest canon priority and I bend a lot of stuff. And Model Iris. Couldn't get Moss. It's okay because Alpheus did. And time skip. Icy bursts. Oh my god! Milkhair's recovered from frostbite. Lightning struck in camp, killing Dawnstripe? You just had babies? And also your dad lost a life like this? Stormy Wing's eyesight has only been getting worse. Now it seems to have finally left altogether. Oh, Stormy Wing's blind. Peachy's poor mangled tail is swollen and hot to the touch. Alpheus searches the herb stores for those that fight infection. Tamago Paw feels relieved of the lack of pain in her head. Her headache seems to have finally gone away. Maki Paw is scolded after sneaking out of camp. Floxpaw has finally got rid of her fleas. Freeze Kit got a present, Snapdragons from Copper Kit. Adorable. I want to see what that looks like. Hello? Oh my god, look how it looks like on the baby. I'm sad that your mom just died, but like, look at this. Leaf Cave goes on and on at Dawnstripe's vigil, desperate to make sure she's remembered and loved even in death. Rubble Spider can't seem to catch his breath as fits of sobs and cries come over him. He only retires to his nest when concerned clanmates usher him there. Chasing Zoom fusses gently with Dawnstripe's fur, hiding the evidence of what killed her. Sad. Well, Copper Kit's mom is also Dawnstripe. Oh yeah. Streakstar doesn't want to go on dust patrol. Piper Arch is finding the buzzing of cicadas annoying. Model Iris is sharing tongues of Rubble Spider. Alpheus is checking up on the warriors. Tin Willow had a nice chat with Loner outside clan territory. Interesting. Bubbling Mark saw a two-legged kit playing with a dog. Ashleep can't find Tamago Pot anywhere. Hey, let's do some let's do some more mediating. Cause look at this, by the way. Look at that. Didn't really go down, thank you, I guess. And then let's try to get this down again. Went down a little bit. Peachy is trying to remember the taste of the food his two legs used to give him. Silverback is basking in the sun. Zara is trying to set a good example for younger cats. Beatheart cowers in his nest during a storm. Mokir trying to set a good example for younger cats. Dust Bunny tries to set a good example. Lake Spots wonders if kitty pet life is really so bad. Hope's roll. There's also Tetra Stripe. He said, I wonder if we'll ever get a mediator murder, but then you forgot Hopefern. We're actually in the clan that another mediator murderer happened in. Stormy Wing wonders how Silverback is doing. Also Barry, Chase, and Viper Clan. Leaf Cave wants to go hunt. You're grieving. Ice Shard sharpens his claws. Chasing Zoom is drinking water from a nearby stream. Frostwind cowers in his nest during a rough storm. Looks like it's a really bad storm that seems to have killed Dawnstripe. And that is really sad. Trickleblotch is wondering what the inside of a two-legged den looks like. Sharp Daisy prays that Dawnstripe is safe in StarClan. Rubble Spider wants to compliment Frostfin's fighting techniques. Skydusk was startled by a fluttering bird while on patrol. Oleanderpaw was tasked with lighting nests with fresh moss today. We have so many apprentices that can actually go out now. Flintpaw had a nice chat with Kitty Pet. You're allowed to go out now. Tulip Paw can't get anything done with this heat. Tamago Paw saw a big scary dog. Maki Paw asked Lake Spots for help. Frisk Paw is still glaring at Basalt Paw after she teased her yesterday. Stop that. Cloudy Paw had a very strange dream. Interesting. So Basalt Paw can't go out, finding the buzzing of cicadas annoying, and Phlox Paw can't go out. Enjoying the warm sun in the camp clearing. Rainmask can't find Sharp Daisy anywhere. Freeze Kit cowers in her nest during a storm. That is so sad. Copper Kit wants to guard the nursery. Jasmine Kit is pretending to be a medicine cat. You're interested in the Dark Forest. Isn't your other mom also... Yeah, Deep Dark Forest Bond. So yeah, it looks like it's Leaf Cave and probably Frostfin that were the bio parents of these babies. Bubbling Mark does indeed still have a crush on Rainmask. She also has a crush on Shard Ember. Howlkit is pestering Icy Pelt for a badger ride. Yes, we can check out the Dark Forest. Snarling at the shadows. Mrs. Patrolling. Starting to like the lawlessness here. Sits longingly at the StarClan border. Yearns to taste fresh kill. And has been feeling more miserable. Yeah, had a crush on Shard Ember. But yeah, 2 of these kits can't be full apprentices yet. Do not proceed. But the rest of them can go out. So, Cloudy Paw, let's send you out with Frisk Paw and Frostfin because your mentor is grieving. I want to say let's not look at that, but I honestly forgot to check what the size of the clan is. I'm gonna flip on if we go for that. Give me a second. So, heads, we go after that kitty pet. And we get heads. Sadly, they discover the cooling body of the kitty pet. Run over by another monster. That is sad. Barely at the end of 2 pages. Yeah, let's not invite cats. And then Maki Paw can go with Wheatheart. Next moon we could send out Milkhair, Wheatheart, Maki Paw, and Milkhair's apprentice, Oleander Paw. We see a shadow of a fish. Maki Paw very carefully walks to the water's edge and waits for his chance. When the fish is near, he hooks it out of the water with his claws. Fitting for the sushi cat. Tamago Paw can go out with Ice Shard. We see a large dog. Well then, tries to bravely lead the dog away from MossClan borders, but with so few cats, it's impossible to cover each other's backs. Tamago Paw gets caught while running, and it's all the rest of the patrol to distract the dog long enough to get her to safety. She got a bite wound. Oh, baby. Flint Paw can go out with Sharp Daisy. We see a rabbit. Jump after it, but the rabbit has too great of a head start. Tulip Paw can go out with Oleander and Milkhair since your mentor is out of commission. Hello, Eagle. The rest of the patrol discuss whether they can steal the catch. Tulip Paw fixates on the bird that caught it. The eagle works its way awkwardly towards the shore, and just as it's going to climb out, Tulip Paw pounces, fighting in the shallows where Tulip Paw has the edge over the bird in swimming. He wins both the fish and the predator as prey for MossClan. How big is Tulip Paw? How big of a cat is Tulip Paw? Like, is Tulip Paw huge? Tulip Paw jacked Artwen. Big kitty. The bird slayer. Maine Coon jeans, I guess. But, yeah. Let's send out Silverback and Dust Bunny. Actually, I kind of want to send out Dust Bunny with League Spots. New fighting techniques with Silverback. Cat set up a sparring area. Leap's World can't lay a paw on Silverback. His focus disrupted as Silverback whips her tail along Leap's World's throat teasingly. I think that's a flirting one. Leap does have a mate, though. I think. Yeah. Dust Bunny, why don't you go out with Lake Spots? Because I found out you guys have crushes on each other. We're going hunting? Lake Spots goes down hard on a misjudged pounce and stands up with a wince. Dust Bunny trots over, telling Lake Spots to take it easy and lean on her as he limps home. Did the game just misgender Lake Spots? No, you're a trans guy. Wasn't sure which direction Lake Spots went trans. And I couldn't remember. Trickle Blotch, Sky Dusk. And Piper Arch, I see someone is catching up to Sashimi Kit. Fat Rabbit on the other side of the Viper Clan border. Pounces without hesitation. Aren't any Viper Clan cats nearby? We stole. Let's send out Streak Star with a medicine cat. Alpheus. Alpheus ponders one of life's little ironies with a small smile. It's at least a little funny how elder leaves are so suited for easing the pains of a clan's elders. The tree isn't named for that. There's an old myth about a medicine cat asking an ancient tree for advice. But sometimes the coincidence amuses Alpheus. Don't find babies. If you find babies, I'm ignoring it. Nice spot the sun. Sunlight energizes the cats for their herb gathering. Thank you. Got plantain and ragwort. Sorry. In the chat, I just read, and then along came Zeus. Good movie. Anyway, time skip time. No births or deaths. Icy Pup recovered from her heat exhaustion, then got fleas. Milk has a stomach ache. Stormy Wing has healed from his cat bite. Stormy Wing got heat exhaustion. Zara has healed well from the broken jaw she suffered. Streakstar daydreams about being a warrior in Tiger Clan. Piper Arch is basking in the sun. I forgot what your permanent condition is. Weakling. Left the territory again to gather an herb. Wants to speak to Bubbling Mark about something. I don't have anything specific that you had relation-wise. Did anything change? You dislike a couple of the apprentices in Stormy Wing? Nothing huge. Tin Willow is wishing Copperkit will play more quietly. I love how there's like 2 different songs going on in the chat. There's Thunderbringer going on, and then there's I forget the name, but the song from Hercules going on in the chat. Is it Gospel Truth? Is that the name of the song? Wishing Copperkit would play more quietly. Dawnstripe killed Helios's cows. Bubbling Mark is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Hey, can you help this out again? Went down a little bit. Listening to both sides of an argument, cool. Mediate this. Peachy is embarrassed after getting a taste of his own bitter herb. Serves him right. He's injured with a mangled tail and like his kid died. So maybe chill. Silverback is being begged by Copperkit to teach him a few moves, despite Copperkit being a kit. Zara is wondering how cats she helped in the past are doing. Didn't even get a scar. An infected Mangletail, yeah. Wheatheart tries to set a good example for younger cats. Melcare is thinking about her life choices. Dustbunny plans to visit the medicine cat. Lake Spots wants to critique Leap Swirl's fighting techniques. Leap Swirl is thinking about his life choices. Stormywing can't get anything done with this heat. Leaf Cave cowers in her nest during a storm. Ice Shard got startled by a squirrel. Chasing Zoom trying to set a good example. Frostfin is letting the kits play with his tail. His little nephews and nieces. Trickleblotch saw a yappy little dog today. Sharp Daisy is wondering what the inside of a two-legged den looks like. Rebel Spider quizzes its clanmates on their favorite flowers, just cuz. Cute. Skydusk is fetching Trickleblotch for another cat that was looking for him. Oleanderpaw daydreams about having a mate and kids someday. You are baby. Are you seeing how lovey-dovey Melcare and Wheatheart are? Is that what's going on? Flintpaw is wondering what the inside of a two-legged den looks like. Tulippaw is finding the buzzing of cicadas annoying. Tamagopaw almost got lost near some two-legged nests. Makipaw had a very strange dream. More dreams. Friskpaw tries to do too much at once and defeatedly asks Rebel Spider for help. Cloudypaw got startled by a squirrel. By the way, some of these full names you're going to see later, they are, let's just say they're Wasp-Star level. But I kind of want to keep them. Basaltpaw saw some two-legged kits playing with Kitty Pet. Floxpaw is exhausted after patrol. Icyfelt doesn't like how times have changed since she was young. Rainmask is delighted by the slow passage of time. Freezekit enjoys the warmth of Greenleaf. Copperkit is asking Freezekit an important question. Jasmine Kit wants to be big someday. Howkit is complaining about a tummy ache after sneaking into the medicine cat den herb storage and eating something she shouldn't have. Please don't do that. Guys, don't you know that just Wasp-Star and Streakstar have just been naming each other's cats? You know? Don't you know that's what's happening? Like, isn't it obvious? Training session for Makipaw, trying to best leap up a rocky cliff. Makipaw listens carefully as Wheatheart explains how to find paw holds and take advantage of the cliff's craggy surface. I saw a Piper model date, so let's do that. Going to the burial grounds, and Piper Arch stepped on a small thorn. Big Mentor and Apprentice Patrol. So Floxpaw, Skydusk. Basaltpaw, Silverback. And let's do Cloudypaw. And Tulippaw can join along. Silverback has a vision for a clever battle move, but she needs a couple cats to practice it with. Tulippaw isn't comfortable doing such intense battle training, but also doesn't want to bring it up. Instead, going for the worst of both worlds, where he still doesn't do training and ruins it for the other cats, flinching back from being a good training partner. So interesting. He can take down a giant eagle, but he doesn't want to do fighting. Interesting. I'm very interested in Tulippaw now. Streakstar, why don't you go out with Trickleblotch, Flintpaw, and Sharp Daisy? Today looks like a good day for hunting. Hunting is easy and the company is good. The spring is just as present in their steps as the patrol heads back to camp, though perhaps the amount of prey they're all carrying makes it harder to see. Gentle giant, aw. Maybe social anxiety. Maybe he worries he's so jacked he'll hurt others. Also, I remember you saying you wanted to go with a medicine cat, so let's send you out a tin willow and see what happens. Hello, lungwort. We get lungwort. It's always lungwort. Tulip Paw is Silverback's kid. So I think he's only related to Silverback and Flint Paw. You can go out with Frostfin. Don't. His sister just died to a storm because she got struck by lightning. Rest in peace to Friskpaw and Frostfin. Now I'm gonna have to show you Friskpaw's goofy name that she'll never have. It was Frisk Goose. Frisk Goose. That was so funny to me. I'm sad. Not, and then along came Poseidon. No. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. You know, I wasn't trying to sound like the version that he did when he was sitting in the shower, but I'm realizing that's what I sounded like. Zara and Ice Shard. Watch it soon, Hades is gonna show up. Small dog. Of course Ice Shard got scrapes. The dog got a lucky hit on Ice Shard. Next up on Greek God's Best Hits, Hades sends a rock slide. Adds in about a minute, by the way. Hello, Alpheus. The tree Alpheus finds don't look particularly safe to climb. Alpheus is forced to give up on the idea of oak leaves gathering today. There's the fake Hades epic song from, I forget his name. Casper? Is it Casper? Anyway, I'm gonna time skip. I see births and deaths. I'm just gonna hydrate before I dehydrate before I even read what this is. Hopefully it's just the cats that died last moon. Ares gonna show up with a war next. Oh, there is a war! Attention, Fick Air hangs low as the Hornet Clan at the Hornet Clan border until Streakstar finally declares war with Hornet Clan. Okay then, Ares has arrived, collecting all the Greek gods. Pipe Arch's small cut has healed up nicely. Melkir's stomach has left. Stomach ache, not stomach. Lake Spots has recovered from his sprain. Stormywing rolls around dazedly in his nest, searching for a cooler spot. His exhaustion is beyond just a little thing. Full heat stroke, that's not good. And then had babies, okay. Oh, there is a war. Is that what the ad happened? They have free babies, guys, when Stormywing has heat stroke. That's not really good timing. Leaf Cave is no longer grieving. Ice Shard scrapes have healed. Leap Swirl is sorry, but he just doesn't see Trickle Blotch that way. Trickle Blotch sleeps off rejected. Didn't Leap Swirl's mate just die? Wasn't Leap mates with yeah! Trickle Blotch! Way to pull an Umber Curl moment. The apprentices of the clan are taking special strength training to learn how to weaponize stones and boulders in the mountainous landscape. Infection in Peachy's wound has abated. Oleander was bitten by a snake and survived. Wheatheart opened up to Frostfin more than almost any other cat. He doesn't know how he'll handle the times without Frostfin. Life without Frostfin seems impossible to Leap Squirrel. How could someone who meant so much to him be taken away so easily? Sad. Well then, I want to look at the babies. Show me the babies. I see Milkweed. So we got Heather Kit, a little bullying girl. Perch Kit, a little noisy boy. And Milkweed Kit, a little daydreamer girl. Well then. And then Hal Kit is eavesdropping on Heather Kit. Jasmine Kit wishes other cats to stop babying him. Copper Kit is giving some advice to Floxpaw. We can keep Milkweed. It's fine. Freeze Kit wants to get to know Alpheus better. Rain Mask hides a scrap of Frostfin's fur under her nest. Icepelt knows what she's doing the best she can, but feels guilty anyway. There was another flood in J-Clan this year. Floxpaw is daydreaming about being a warrior in Tiger Clan. Basalt Paw rolls around in the sunlight. Cloudy Paw was seen crying in her nest after Frisk Paw's vigil. I am sad. Monkey Paw is craving the taste of mouse. Tamago Paw tries to do too much at once and defeatedly asks Zara for help. Tulip Paw is glad it's not so hot out anymore. But despite his, major win against that eagle, he only has 19 EXP. Flint Paw is sharing tongues with Leap Swirl. Oleander Paw is unsure if this is what he wants to do. He's injured with a snake bite. Oddly observant, active imagination. Skydust wants to go on patrol. Revel Spider saw a kitty pet with no fur at all. Oh yeah, I don't think they have any AFAB kin that could have been the cat. So the fake parent is a dude, but we'll figure it out. I lost track of where I was. Critiquing Stormwing's fighting techniques. He has heat stroke. Trickleblotch daydreams about being a warrior in Lion Clan. Chasing Zoom leaps into a pile of fallen leaves. Ice Shard is looking at other cats as they walk amongst themselves. Leaf Cave sits quietly on the far side of camp. Stormwing tries to set a good example. Leap Squirrel sitting quietly on the far side of camp. Lake Spot saw some wandering two legs today. Dust Bunny is helping to reinforce the camp walls. Melcare is having a good day. Wheatheart is nervously pacing around camp. Zara cleans the clearing of fallen leaves. Silverback jumps around while on patrol. Peachy thought he saw a cat, but turns out it's just a two-legged object that looked like one. Ashley had a nice chat with a loner outside clan territory. Hello. Let's try to mediate some other stuff. Like this, because that's pretty big. There we go. And then, Bubbly Mark is feeling sassy today. You may be sassy, but please do your job. Because Ashley doesn't like Rain Mask, so let's try to wow, this is so messy. Look at the dislike on Ashley's side, and then look at the crush on Rain Mask's side. Wait, mediate, thank you. Tin Willow is given a prophecy by Tempest Freckle. Okay. Straight up named a cat and said prophecy. We gotta check out Tempest then. Exploring StarClan, you're not doing anything. Remind me to double check Tempest Freckle. To see what Tempest Freckle is doing, because she straight up gave a prophecy. I was trying to remember who Tempest Freckle was. Alpheus does his best to console his clanmates about Friskpaw's death. Sad. Model Iris is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Viper Arch is letting the kids play with his tail, and Streakstar wishes she had wings to catch birds easier. Anyway, patrol time. Maki Paw, you can go with Floxpaw and Skydusk, and Milkhair can tag along because Oleander Paw is out of commission. The prophecy is about how all the Greek gods and goddesses are coming for them. Spot to sun themselves. Maki Paw makes sure everyone gets a good basking spot as the cats pause for a little break before they resume their training. Piper Arch can go out with Ice Shard and Sharp Daisy and Flint Paw. We can do dates next moon. Hello, Viper Clan sent. Lost Viper Clan apprentice guided them home. Thank you. Thank you, Piper Arch. God games in MossClan this year. Trickleblotch, Silverback, and Basalt Paw. Don't. Works all day to free Basalt Paw and gets nothing else done, but at least they freed them. Cloudy Paw can go out with Leaf Cave and Streakstar. Hello, Viper Clan. They're shifting uneasily, waiting for something to break the silence. Cloudy Paw perks up when she spots another apprentice. Cloudy Paw calls out a greeting to the other apprentice, her eyes shining and tails raised. It's exciting to chat with another clan's apprentice somewhere that isn't the gathering, where she's supposed to be on her best behavior. The ice is broken between the patrols, and they stop the chat before each carrying on their way. That's adorable. Well, there's the rock slide. Maybe Lynx Paw. I don't know what the age difference with them is, but it would be cute if Lynx Paw had a friend. Dust Bunny can go out with Zara and Leg Spots. Borderlines. Pad soars the rock to check. Rabbit bursts out. Quick to react. Snags the rabbit. Good job. Tulip Paw can help out some medicine cats, so Alpheus and Tin Willow. Alpheus begins the story once eons ago. During the long dawn after the great moonrise, cats staggered through the cold wide world searching for a new home. I don't know if I've heard this one before. Their success was owed to many things. StarClan, the mysterious sun-drowned place, the other cats who helped... Okay, yeah, I know this. This is just canon cats. But the humble Daisy saved many lives, keeping their strengths up for long enough to travel to the new territories. Yeah, I've seen this. Model Iris. This just sounds like Galaxy Clan. Yeah, that does actually just sound like Galaxy Clan now. Get Wild Garlic and Dandelion. And time skip time. We're halfway through the year. Icy Births and Deaths. Icy Pelt has finally gotten rid of all her fleas. Wheatheart picks himself up and is no longer grieving. Hornet Clan has taken some of MossClan's territory. I completely skipped over that. Wheatheart and Milkhair found babies! Free babies! Free of them! But Hornet Clan stole some MossClan territory. The war is disrupting the lives of Wheatheart. Leap Swirl is no longer grieving. Stormwing is no longer suffering from heat stroke. Leap Swirl once again has rejected Trickleblotch. Sharp Daisy has White Cough. Rubble Spider is no longer grieving. Neither is Chasing Zoom. Peachy's tail healed well. Tamago Paw healed well from her bite wound. And Floxpaw was injured in a brutal battle with Hornet Clan. Okay. I want to look at the babies. Chestnut Kit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Chestnut Kit! And she's a little tortie! Chestnut Kit, and she's a tortie! Light Kit. Echo Kit. So they don't look like they should be able to be Wheat and Leopard Spots biologically, but I don't care anymore. If you saw Air Dancer and Calamari's kits in J-Clan, you'll know they look nothing like their parents. I'm gonna say that Leopard Spots was the surrogate. She's alive at this point to be a surrogate, and that's all the information you're gonna get. But oh my god, Chestnut Kit. Chestnut Kit is making me, like, so emotional. Also, Light Kit for Drizzle Light! Oh my god! They look nothing like they would be like, related to Leopard and Wheat, but it's okay. Maybe we can, like, specifically edit Echo Kit to be a black kitten instead, just so that they make a little bit more sense. But, like, babies! Howls can echo, I'm coping. Can the last one be Brave Kit? There's also a Howl Kit in the clan, yeah. I'm in pain. Also, these ones are bigger. We got Heather Kit. Purge Kit, feeling gloomy. Milkweed Kit. Oh, Milkweed ended up brown. I didn't realize you were a brown kit. I thought you were a white one. Sorry, I'm still just so emotional over Chestnut Kit and Light Kit. Chestnut Kit specifically being a tortie. Howl Kit leaps into a pile of fallen leaves. Jasmine Kit has more energy than he knows what to do with at the moment. Copper Kit is having a good day. Freeze Kit is batting out a beam of sunlight. Rain Mask is feeling down. Ice Pelt is giving advice to the younger cats. Does Wheat know anyone that had Echo in their name? Like, did Wheat name Echo Kit after someone? No, Wheat wouldn't really know Caterpillar. Maybe we could name them Flicker Kit if we want to, like, not just straight up take the entire litter's names. Thoughts on making Flicker Kit? I'm gonna double check what the full name of Echo Kit's gonna be. Because it really seems like they just straight up named this litter after their dead siblings. Yeah, that works. Let me just name you Flicker. There we go. So we changed Echo Kit to Flicker Kit. So Milk Hair doesn't just have full monopoly on naming all the kittens. Because I think that would be cute. I don't know what we were on. I'm so attached to their litter. We might edit Flickr to be black-based. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. I'm not sure if I'm going to make Flickr completely black or just, like, Wheat's color, but we'll see. Anyway, looking through cats. Sharing tongues of Wheatheart. Practices her highest jump. Aww. Sharing tons of Skydusk. Wants to compliment catches with Basalt Paw. Compare catches. I can talk. You were so emotional you forgot you were in the mines in Stardew and you just died. Okay. I will be drawing them because I'm gonna be drawing Sparrow and Birdtooth's litter, and I'll be drawing this litter. So I have a lot of drawing to do, but I don't care because I love drawing babies. Tulip Paw cleans the clearing of fallen leaves. Flint Paw gently reminds a clanmate of something they forgot to do. Oleander Paw daydreams about being a warrior in Tiger Clan. Skydusk is humming a tune she heard in her two-leg place. Rebel Spider brought Model Iris a berry to identify. Sharp Daisy is crushing leaves. Trickle Blotch saw a pair of two legs. Chasing Zoom catches extra prey. Ice Shard is wondering if there are any clans other than the ones around this area. Sparring with some clanmates. Wonder kitty pet life is really so bad. Saw a two-leg kit playing with a dog. I'm drawing both litters, but I'm drawing them at the time where the adopted litter would have been with the Sparrowbird first litter. So they're going to be a little older. Milk Hair is she, her. Lake Spots wishes he had wings so that he could catch birds easier. Dust Bunny wants to be chosen as new deputy. Gotta get an apprentice first. Oh my god, that would be Dust Bunny Star because that's all one name. Milk Hair wants to go hunt. Wheat Hair saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Zara lectures Tamago Paw on the warrior code. Silverback wonders if she would be better as a mediator. Peachy is not looking forward to the sparse hunting. Ashleep is negotiating with a kitty pet to make use of the herbs in their two-leg garden. I kind of want to do some shipping. We could be working on getting dislikes down, but I want to do shipping. Bubbling Mark saw a two-leg kit play with a dog. And then let's do... See, I kind of want to get Dust Bunny and Lake Spots because I think it's cute. Like, I saw this and I thought it was cute, so I'm going to mediate this. Thank you. Tin Willow can't find Flint Pot anywhere. Althea saw a two-leg kit playing with a dog. Model Iris is chattering at the birds in the trees above. Piper Arch is unsure of what the rest of the clan thinks of him as deputy. And Strixar is glad it's not so hot out. So let's go patrol. Stormy Wing, Tin Willow, and Leap Swirl. I said I was going to do shipping patrols, actually. So no. don't third wheel. I was going on autopilot. Tin Willow goes out with a warrior escort. Surprisingly, Stormy Wing starts up a conversation about the herbs. Stormy Wing's been having a tough year. And then you can go with Model. Piper Arch tells Model Iris about the dream he had. Stares at Piper Arch with a cold look, telling him to figure out his dreams himself, and that it's doubtful someone like Piper Arch would have a vision. Maybe we shouldn't ship them, guys. Like, maybe we shouldn't ship that. 'Cause, like, no wonder he's having doubts right now. Let me hydrate before I dihydrate. Toxic. No, Just Like You from Alec Benjamin is playing. The song's sad. Model is a girl, yeah. Hello. There are goats. Quite the spectacle indeed. The patrol watches in awe from the top of the boulders. The two bucks viciously butt heads. Playfully argue over which buck they expect to win. Lake Spots and Dust Bunny find a nice spot to sun themselves. No one means to, but, well, the pair drifts off into a nap lured by the sun. Untethered by normal limitation, Lake Spot's spirit wanders from his own mindscape, picking up petty malice from his sleeping training partner like burrs on a pelt. Well then. Okay. This is the specific patrol, by the way, that I said was when, like, Rainbow Flare at the time figured out Swan Song killed Thunder Spirit. But, I guess I gotta look at Dust Bunny's relations. You don't like Rebel Spider, you don't like Copper Kit, you don't like Perch Kit. Don't like Cloudy Paw. Don't like Model Iris. Nothing's, like, huge dislike. I guess the patrol did say petty. Yeah, Frisk Paw died. Also, yeah, Lake Spots apparently has dream powers. I don't remember him having dream powers, but I guess he does. I'm very bad at remembering who has what, so I have no idea if he's always had this and I just forgot that he did, or if he developed this. Anyway, Sky Dusk. Actually, I want to send out Chasing Zoom and Trickle Blotch, and Chasing Zoom, let me grab your apprentice. Hey, Trickle Blotch, go after Chasing Zoom instead. Idea for squirrel hunting. Trickle Blotch suggests baiting the squirrels with food and picking them off when they come out to eat. Waiting is the most difficult part. The squirrels don't seem to expect the trap, and they come home laden with prey. I like your funny words, Magic Man. I haven't actually watched that, I just know memes. Anyway, Apprentice Patrol, Silverback and Basalt Paw. Let's bring along Tamago Paw and Ice Shard. Clever battle move. Basalt Paw isn't comfortable doing such intense battle training. Is Silverback the one that did the battle training last time that Tulip Paw was a little unsure of? Or am I just making that up? Because this is the same thing, but now it's Basalt Paw. Streakstar can go out with Leap Swirl and Rebel Spider, along with Cloudy Paw. Small Dog. Oh, that unfortunately makes sense. The dog got a lucky hit on Cloudy Paw. Together, the patrol is still able to drive it away. We got scrapes. They're both Silver's kids, yeah. Peachy can go out with Zara. Scent of a Mouse. Narrowly misses it. Leaf Cave, let's send you out with Flint Paw. Large Dog. Tries to keep watch over the dog from a distance, but it spots the cats and forces them to scatter. Everyone escapes just fine, but they lose track of the dog. Could be anywhere, still out there, lurking, waiting to attack. Also, sorry when I just go, like, quiet, I'm reading chat. Skydusk, Alpheus. Getting moss. Mouse dung. No moss, something dug it up. And, time skip. Icy bursts and deaths. Both MossClan and Hornet Clan tire of the war, wishing for it to end. Tin Willow notices Piper Arch limping across the side of the camp, gives him some exercise to help strengthen his weak leg. That's not canon. Oh, Trickle Blotch also got rejected by Chasing Zoom. Oh no. Oh no. Sharp Daisy has recovered from white cough. Rebel Spider has white cough. Flint Paw has been named Flintmore in honor of her intelligence. Oleander Paw's snakebite has healed, but the injury left them scarred. My dogs are barking. Cujo. Maki Paw has a running nose, and Cloudy Paw's scrapes have healed. So it was just Squirrelcrest. Aphrodite hates Trickle for some reason. Squirrelcrest wasn't actually exiled. Squirrelcrest went to go live in J-Clan. Streakstar is having a nice conversation at the Cat's Garden camp. Piper Arch persuades Chasing Zoom to back him up in a lie. Interesting. What are you up to? Model Iris had a nice chat with a cat from another clan at the border. Alpheus chases Kits out of his den. Tin Willow is thinking about his life choices. MossClan is Olympus, I guess. Bubbling Mark is finding Milk Hair annoying. Don't be rude. I want to ship my weird little ship I just discovered because I like it. Get together. Ashleep is craving rabbit. Let's see. Who should we try to fix? Let's see. Bubbling and Streakstar don't get along. That is a lot of dislike. Let's mediate that. Didn't go down at all. Peachy has got startled by a squirrel. Silverback is finding Ashleep annoying. Zara is proudly watching Cloudy Paw plan how to hunt down a creature she made up. I keep getting, like, songs about, like, dads and parents playing on my Spotify that you can't hear. I had, I already forgot it, but the one by Alec Benjamin, and now, I Can't Help But Wonder is playing. So, you know. Watching Cloudy Paw plan to hunt down a creature she made up. Ads coming soon, by the way. Had a nightmare about being on his own. Oh, sad. Milkhair crashes through the bushes and ruins a clanmate's hunt. Milkhair, chill. Dust Bunny is exhausted after a patrol. Lake Spots is picking the burrs from his pelt. Leaf Swirl tries to set a good example for younger cats. Stormy Wing is having a nice conversation at the Cat's Garden camp. Leaf Cave is pulling a prank on Maki Paw. You're my dad! Boogie, boogie, boogie. Yeah, that might be why Bubbling Mark thought she was annoying. iShard is feeling a bit anxious after having been around so many cats the last gathering. I believe you guys are getting ads. I'm gonna hydrate before I dihydrate. Chasing Zoom is helping to reinforce the nursery walls. Trickleblotch saw Kitty pet the fluffiest fur imaginable today. I'm so sorry that you are having the worst love luck right now. Like, Buddy is struggling. Sharp Daisy thinks Tamago Paw will make a fine warrior. Rubble Spider found a wonderful napping spot outside camp. Skydust got scared by a mouse while hunting. Flintmore is going back to check on an old fox burrow she discovered yesterday just to be safe. Careful, Great Kit Sitter. Flintmore looks so pretty. Oleander Paw doesn't think that he has been performing up to his mentor's standards lately. You're insecure. You've been down with a snake bite. You're fine. Also, you're bigger now. You can barely see that snake bite on your fur. Wait, Oleander Paw looks like he has a milk mustache. And his mentor is milk hair. Tulip Paw is wondering Silverback is overworking herself. Yeah, this looks like a Maine Coon mixed kitty. Looks like it could be that. Look at that. Big old boy. Tamago Paw wants nothing more than to live by the warrior code. Maki Paw worries about the lack of prey Leaf Bear will bring. Cloudy Paw bristles at the pity from her clanmates. You tell him, girl. Also, Adult Sprite. I love the paralyzed sprites. Basalt Paw wonders if she'll have to fight a battle anytime soon. Tulip Paw looks like your Silver Maine Coon. They're absolute units, but sweeties. We could do an apprentice-only patrol. I'll have to look at everyone's personalities when I send them out, though. Keeping an eye on Rowdy Kits. Cowers in her nest during a particularly rough storm. Finding Dust Bunny annoying. Cowers in her nest during a storm. Sad. You're going to be an apprentice next boon. Not technically able to leave camp, but we'll be able to see who your mentor is. Nervous for his apprentice ceremony. Stretching out. Batting pebbles across the camp clearing. Wants to be friends with Freeze Kit, but doesn't know how. Aw, baby. Is napping. Is extra fluffy today. Wonders who her mentor will be. You're interested in oddities, and you're an attention seeker. I still might edit you to be a darker Kit. Not sure yet. Light Kit has taken up the role of guarding the fresh kill pile from cats wanting an extra piece, and is taking his job very seriously. You splash in puddles, so you're going to be a swimmer. Oh, you have the white patch that Ragged had. It's very hard to see, but I can see it. And Chestnut Kit is bullying and never sits still. Wishes she was still in her nest sleeping, and you have the arm tortie patch. Little babies. With a heart on her butt, yeah. Yeah, Milkhair had babies. And I revealed that Leopard's Boss is available to be the surrogate. Patrol time. Someone said apprentice only. So you're troublesome, you can sneak out. You are charismatic. Do we want to send out Cloudy or no? You're insecure, so I don't think you would. You're ambitious. You're righteous, so I think you would be telling them, hey, maybe don't sneak out. You're strict, so you definitely wouldn't go. Will we send out Cloudy with them? Sure? Okay. J-Clan sent. We find a J-Clan apprentice wandering nearby lost, and Basalt Paw chuckles and guides the young cat home. They're like, yeah, we get it. We're out alone when we're not supposed to be. It's okay. We'll send you home. Apprentice party. And then let's send out the rest of the apprentices with their mentors. So, actually, let's just send out these four. Don't. Wheatheart digs for the loose rocks, helping Maki Paw clear them away enough for the other cat to scramble free. Thank you. We won't snitch. And then Lake Spots can go out chasing Zoom and Piper Arch. We see goats again, watching them buck heads. Leap Swirl, Streakstar, and Peachy. Hornet Clan kits. I will give the information that these would be Turbo and Nook's kits. Interesting. I'm not going to antagonize because that kills them. Streakstar wouldn't be able to forgive herself if something happened to those kits. She orders the patrol save for Leap Swirl to return to camp, and Leap Swirl and Streakstar go to bring the kits back to Hornet Clan. Despite everything, Streakstar is like, okay, these are babies. These are their babies. We're gonna bring back their babies. Streakstar does not care. Streakstar knows Turbo is a mother. These are children, and we're bringing them back. Yeah, Warrior Cud says not to harm kids. And it's very in character for Streakstar to be like, these are babies. Let's send out model with someone. Silverback. Medicine Cat Den needs Moss. We get Moss. Let's send out Tin Willow, Alpheus, and a warrior. Flintmore. Of course, it's Lungwort, and we get Lungwort. Dust Bunny can go out with Tamagopa and Ice Shard. We see a mouse. Narrowly miss it. Yeah, Streakstar also knows that the kid's father would be dead at this point. So. Leaf Cave can go out with Zara and Sharp Daisy. Leaf Cave admits she thinks she had a vision. Talk to her about it. And then Skydusk, Trickle Blotch, and Stormy Wing. We see a bird. And we catch it. Saving. 4 more moons to go. And time skip. No bursts or deaths. Bubbling Mark has yellow cough. Guys, did Streakstar bringing back the babies end the war? Because the cats of Hornet Clan and MossClan have come to a realization that war isn't the best solution, deciding to end it now. Did that literally end the war? Like, did Streakstar end the war by bringing back their babies? Because that fits so well. The power of children, yay babies bringing peace. We all love babies, no more war. And then the Hornet Clan Medicine Cat came asking if MossClan had any cobwebs, but we don't. We refuse to share. Rebel Spider no longer has white cough. Chasing Zoom leapt for a rock, didn't land quite right. Tulip Paw was sharing prey with a kitty pet named Cramig. Hello. Playing with the house folks kits. Peachy got white cough. Tamagopa is named. Takes the vow seriously and promised to always do what is best for everyone. Gaze proud. Streakstar names her Tamago spot for her dignity. Maki Ivy has been named, honoring his perspective. Basalt Paw is sore. Cloudy Paw, yes, I love this name. Cloudy Paw holds her head high as Streakstar announces it is time for her to be given her warrior name. She is named Cloudy Chomp in honor of her friendliness. The clan explodes in the loud cheers. Remember when I said some of the names were silly? Cloudy Chomp. Cloud Eater. Is Cloud Eater the band or whatever that made the song Hollow? By the way, that sounds very familiar. Freeze Paw sits beside her new mentor, Aishar, as the meeting comes to a close. Her claws dig into the ground. She glares up the sky, wondering why. I'm assuming that should be, for plot-wise, that probably should be Dawn. Couldn't be there with her at such an important moment. Copperpaw smiles at the stars behind Maki Ivy. The stars seem to shine brighter. Knows it's a sign that, again, Dawn is there. Also, Maki Ivy immediately got an apprentice. Jasmine Paw sits straighter. He tries to look calm and collected. He still trembles as he touches noses with Flintmore. Flintmore is also a brand new warrior, basically. And Halpaw is apprenticed to Streak Star. Excited to do something like battle training first. Well, that was a moon. Don't look at the sky too long. That's where Zeus shoots thunderbolts. That's horrible when specifically their mom. Wondering what living with two legs must be like. I'm pretty sure Streak Star just single-handedly ended that war by bringing back the babies and actually being nice. I'm gonna be honest. Pretty sure that's what happened. Piper Arch has an old man sprite, wondering just how good at swimming he really is. Were you always loving? Did you just change? I think Piper Arch just changed because I'm pretty sure he wasn't loving before. I could be wrong, though. He used to be cunning. The power of kindness and care has stopped the war, just changed. I think he was charismatic. He definitely wasn't loving, yeah. Model Iris is thinking about taking on a new apprentice. Alpheus saw a kitty pet with the fluffiest fur imaginable today. Tin Willow is pushing the apprentices around. Don't do that. Bubbling Mark dreads the worst case scenario. Don't do that. I know you're 160 and you have yellow cough, but don't do that. Ashley wonders why everyone can't just get along. Let's see. Let's do... Man, a lot of the relations I wrote down, one of the cats is dead now. Let's do Trickle and Rain. That got bigger than what I noted it down. Did not go down. Peachy saw a yappy little dog. Silverback daydreams about being a warrior in Tiger Clan. Zara trying to set a good example. Wheatheart has the apprentices very engaged in a tall tale. Milkhair is proudly watching Basalt Paw plan how to hunt down a creature. Dust Bunny is showing off a trinket. Lake Spots wants to critique Skydust fighting techniques. Leap Swirl wants to go hunt. Stormy Wing takes pride in how well run his patrols always are. Leaf Cave slipped on some ice. Ice Shard is eavesdropping on Howlkit. Chasing Zoom is thinking about her life choices. Tricklebotch theatrically dies after Flickerkit slays him. Cute. Sharp Daisy saw a kitty pet with no fur at all. Rubble Spider is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Skydusk wants to go on a patrol. Flintmore sneezes when a snowflake lands on her nose. Tamago Spot is reevaluating her morals. You are righteous, a great speaker, and a great hunter, and you do indeed have spots. Maki Ivy is drinking water from a nearby stream. You are strict, incredibly clairvoyant, and a good climber, and you immediately got an apprentice. Cloudy Chomp is sparring with some clanmates. You are charismatic with unnatural senses. Oleander Paw still hasn't gained his name, but he is right there. He's about to get his name. Cleaning snow. Tulip Paw pranking Zara. Wow, Tulip Paw is very behind, actually. 36 EXP at 13 moons old. Basalt Paw wonders if she could still fit in the nursery. Floxpaw concocts elaborate pranks. Freezepaw is watching Peachy train. Copperpaw is stretching out. Jasmine Paw is doing some apprentice tasks around camp to help lighten the load. Cute. Also, you are rebellious. You are compassionate. You are vengeful, wishing she could take the day off. And then Freezepaw was gloomy. Aw, baby. Icebelt is thinking about how too many cats die young. Raymask is grateful she has lived so long. Milkweed Kit is whining about having caught frostbite despite having just stepped outside. Perch Kit corrects Rubble Spider on something trivial. Heather Kit slipped on some ice under the snow. You can hear the dogs going clicky clicky upstairs. Hi, Yoshi. They could hear you walking down here, bud. Flicker Kit is having a good day. Light Kit is also having a good day. And Chestnut Kit wishes other cats to stop babying her. I love these babies. Dog walking ASMR. Let me send out all the fake ones that can't actually go out right now because they're too young. Do not proceed. Flicker is interested in oddities. Ooh. Someone said to send Dust Bunny out with her kids. So I will do that. Blue jay feathers are often found around here, though never the bird itself, especially in leaf bear. To the patrol's surprise, a second blue jay joins the first. They carefully position themselves and soon find that while one piece of fresh kill is worth 2 in the tree, 2 pieces of fresh kill are more than enough in the mountains. Good job. Send the children after the dog. I'm sure nothing bad would happen. Let's send out Tulip with Streak. Shadow of a Fish. Tulip Paw very carefully walks to the water's edge and waits for his chance. When the fish is near, he hooks it out of the water with his claws. More fresh kill. And then let's send out Basalt Paw and Silverback. We see a squirrel. Basalt Paw gets it. Good job. Milk Hair and Oleander Paw. Wheatheart doesn't have to tag along this time. Milk Hair instructs Oleander Paw to scent the air and nods in approval when Oleander Paw says that he smells squirrel. Though they don't want Oleander Paw to feel pressured, Milk Hair makes sure he knows how valuable a leaf bear squirrel would be to their clanmates before asking what he wants to do. One misplaced step onto loose gravel scares the squirrel away, and Oleander Paw watches in disappointment as it scampers off. This is exactly the patrol that Leopard Spots had with Emerald Paw that I drew. Also, poor Tulip. Cloudy Chomp can go out with Sharp Daisy and Trickle Blotch. Mouse. Sharp Daisy gets it. He's already insecure. That's gonna be so sad. Lake Spots and Stormy Wing. Flower Buddies, I guess. With their diurnal prey tired, they make a bunch of catches. I can talk. Zara, Flintmore, and Wheatheart can go out. Did I say Tutu, or are you just, like, saying something? Yeah, I mean Oleander, not Tulip. Probably. Despite the snow, we managed to hunt successfully, lurking where a few songbirds forage. Only a couple, but in this season it's more than enough. A dunder... Oh, it's a... I almost said Dundertail. Deltarune reference, okay. I haven't caught up to, like, anything in Deltarune. I've seen, like, a little bit of when it was, like, first coming out. And beyond that, I know nothing about it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Rubble Spider can go out with Piper Arch and Leap Swirl. Hello, J-Clan. Nice conversation. Ice Shark can go out with Sky Dusk and Leaf Cave. Hello, Badger on Viper Clan territory. Thank you. Thank you, Leaf Cave. Giving them a warning. I'm gonna send out all the medicine cats out, but if they run into babies, I'm ignoring it. Model Iris tells Alpheus about the dream she had last night. Alpheus and Model Iris have an in-depth conversation about her vision as they walk. Model Iris explains she remembers the soft noises of kits nursing. Interesting. By the time they head back to camp, they have a good idea of what they should do with the information. And that was the moon. Couple more moons to go. We're going up until moon 348. The Power of Children Part 2. No births or deaths. Hunting disputes in J-Clan being resolved by Ashley. Piper Arch feels better. Lake Spots finds a warrior from Hornet Clan who asks to join. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out who that is because that is not Oatthorn. Off the top of my head, I don't know who that would be. Let's see. Give me a second. Much younger, but it could be Twilight because they are a faithful cat. Or it could be... I think maybe Twilight makes the most sense, but I'm not sure. I'd have to double check all the other rogues. It could also be a part-time member of Hornet Clan and actually be Oatthorn. I don't want to say the full name of Twilight because I don't remember if I've like revealed the full name of Twilight. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so we'll figure out who this is, but let's see. Lake Spots misstepped and slipped from a rock, but landed on his feet nimbly. Leaf Cave has moved on from Dawnstripe. Ice Shard got a white cough. So after all that time, MossClan welcomes Oleander Caw, changing one letter of the name, honoring his pragmatism. Maki Ivy's running nose is gone. Basalt Paw's soreness has abated. Not sure that Basalt Paw has outgrown her childish quirks or love of pranks, she welcomes her as a full warrior, naming her Basalt Rock after lightheartedness and zeal. Floxpaw healed from her claw wound. And Freezepaw landed on her feet nimbly after slipping. Yeah, Twilight also came out as non-binary. And we're ending. So I think this would be Twilight, but I'm not completely sure. But I'm leaning towards Twilight, just off the top of my head, with who exists. Name them Twilight, maybe? Okay, I will give you the information, by the way, that Twilight is like 20 moons old-ish. Like, Twilight is a little kid. So the age range is very different. Also, Oathorn, not Oatthorn. Yeah, I saw that when I was renaming. Anyway. Streakstar is humming a tune she heard in her two-leg place. I used to wonder what friendship could be, My Little Pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Piper Arch is cloud watching. Ophorb. Model Iris is out a walk on the territory. Althea saw Kitty Pet the fluffiest fur imaginable today. If you guys remember the cat that I drew Spinel with as Spinel's apprentice, Twilight Paw was the one that was really sick and used to be the apprentice of Laurel, and then Spinel took over. So that's who I'm talking about. Tin Willow has better things to do than to pull splinters out of paws. Bubbling Mark is looking forward to today. They're not sick anymore, they're fine. Ashley wonders why every cat can't just get along. I will say that it seems possibly the rogues may be, like, kind of infiltrating every other clan again, but I don't think Stoneshell was doing it maliciously, and they might just genuinely be trying to, like, perhaps bond more with the existing clans. I don't know. Maybe, like... Okay, this is a bad wording, but basically, like, exchange student. I don't know what's going on. I gotta investigate everything. Probably Twilight stopping the war with the power of friendship. Peachy tries to set a good example for younger cats. Silverback is so bored. Oh yeah, Stoneshell joined Viper Clan if you missed that. Stoneshell joined Viper Clan with her 2 kits. Meet our new Hornet Clan exchange student. Twilight maybe. That name's gonna make me laugh for like the next 2 moons that we see it. Zara saw some wandering 2 legs today. Wheatheart was startled by a shrew. It's debatable whether or not Stoneshell pushed Mordream. It's more likely that Mordream slipped or fell and then thought Stoneshell pushed him based on statuses, because he also already has a grudge against rogues. Melcare trying to set a good example. Dust Bunny had a nice chat with Kitty Pet. Leg Spots is stretching out. I forgot to do mediations. Hello. Make my ship come true. My random ship I started. Talking to Cat's Garden Camp. Humming a tune he heard in a 2-leg place. Leaf Cave helps out around camp. There's going to be ads in about 1 minute. Ice Shard wonders what Cloudy Chomp is up to. Chasing Zoom watched Jasmine Pod do a chore that he's really proud at seeing how she can improve. Watch Jasmine Pod do a chore he's really good at to see how she can improve. Trickleblotch wonders if Oleander Paw will be chosen for the next gathering. Well, they're Oleander Caw now, so probably. Sharp Daisy is picking the burrs from her pelt. Revel Spider sharpens his claws. Skydust curses a squirrel that just barely got away. Oleander Caw is thinking about his life choices. He's still insecure, he has a keen eye, and he's a good kid sitter. Flintmore double checks that her joke didn't upset Peachy. Cute. Tomago Spot is sad she couldn't spend time with Frostfin. I'm already planning on adding them to the roster at the end of the Galaxy Clan videos. I'm just not sure if, how exactly I'm gonna do it, because they're kind of squished already. But we'll see. Maki Ivy is sharing tongues with Jasmine Paw. Cloudy Chomp is giving some advice to Perch Kit. Basalt Rock wants to critique Flintmore's fighting techniques. You are childish, good hunter. Tulip Paw slipped on some ice. Floxpaw pounced on some movement under the snow. Freezepaw had a nice chat with Kitty Pet, still not old enough to leave camp. Doesn't understand why cats make rules that he has to follow. Wants to become a fierce warrior someday. Howlpaw can't wait to take a nap. Icebelt is wondering what the inside of a 2-leg den looks like. You might be able to hear the tippy tappies of the dog paws upstairs. Ringmouse offers a helping paw even after a night of bad sleep. Milkweed Kit is careful not to stand under branches with snow on them. Perch Kit can't keep up with Icy Pelt. Heather Kit is taking a nap in Milkweed Kit's nest. Cute. Then Flicker Kit says hello to Lake Spots at least 10 times in a row until he finally says hello back. Oh, I could actually roll, I haven't been doing this, but I could roll if any of these have disabilities. But I'm realizing it's really not that hard to do that. And I usually do it for Galaxy Cats, but I'm not sure. Light Kit is whining about having caught frostbite despite having just stepped outside. And Chestnut Kit is tidying up camp. And a bunch of apprentices that aren't old enough to go out right now on a fake patrol. I missed one of you. Let's do a solo. Never mind, you have an apprentice. Next cat will do a solo. Quizzing Floxpaw on a how to catch a fresh. Floxpaw tests the wind. She correctly identifies that because the wind, she'd need to approach the fresh from the side. Skydust purrs, complimenting her on how much she's learned. I roll disabilities on every cat in Galaxy Clan save. And I just do it because there's a lot of disabilities. It was originally because Classic Mode didn't roll disabilities in-game. And then I just kind of kept it because I have a lot of disabilities on the list that aren't in the game. And I like to provide, like, representation. Anyway, Zara gives into her grumbling belly, reasoning no one will notice, but when she arrives back at camp, nearly empty-pawed and with blood on her lips, she feels the stares of the other warriors on her pelt. Let's do a 6-cat. Trickleblotch, Silverback, Cloudy Chomp, Streakstar, Leap Swirl, and Piper Arch. Two kits from Viper Clan. Well, Viper Clan has a lot of babies. Orders the patrol to go back to camp, asking that Cloudy Chomp be left behind to help her. So Cloudy Chomp of all cats is helping. They approach the little kits and convince them that they're going to give them the best badger ride ever. As they approach Viper Clan's camp with the kits squealing with joy on their back, and they are greeted with relief and laughter. Streakstar loves babies. Guys, this is just a character trait for Streakstar. She loves babies. And the game keeps keeping it canon. I was more so saying it might be a little dangerous to send Cloudy Chomp into Viper Clan territory, since they kind of live in a dump. Twilight Maybe, Revel Spider, and Basalt Rock. Small Dog. Twilight Maybe hisses at the small dog. The rest of the small team back her up. Well, them up. I can change the pronouns right now. Breaks out into yowls and caterwauls until the dog loses its nerve. Let me change it, because I'm really leaning towards this being Twilight. So if it is Twilight, and then let's send out you with someone. Flintmore. I feel like you went out with a medicine cat last time. Getting moss. Mouse dung, couldn't find moss. Aw, thank you. Your first live stream, but you've been watching for videos for so long, since year 4. Aw. Leaf Cave can go out with Milk Hair and Tamago Spot. Leaf Cave admits she thinks she had a vision. Talk to her about it, whether it was a real one, as they train. Twilight possibly. Twilight presumably. Oleander Caw, Maki Ivy, Dust Bunny. I'm scared. Okay, as the patrol sets out the cross, a chill runs down Maki Ivy's spine, and whispers fill his mind. Maki Ivy yells out a warning to the patrol to stop, and the cats jump back, startled. Suddenly, a large branch sweeps down the river, right where the patrol was crossing. Maki Ivy shakily whispers thanks to StarClan for their warning. Let's go! Thank you! Thank you, Maki! Maki magic. Twilight mayhaps. Twilight definitely. Twilight likely. Twilight kinda. Leaheart can go with Lake Spots and Sharp Daisy. Hello. Well, didn't poison us, so that's good. Let's send you out with your mate. Stormywing can't help but notice how hard the medicine cat is pushing himself. Without a single word, Stormywing drapes his tail over Tin Willow's shoulders, letting out a comforting purr as the medicine cat leans against him. And we got Mulin. Twilight, I don't know. The gods failed this time? Poseidon quivers before Maki Ivy. Schrodinger's Twilight. Tulip Paw can go with Alpheus. Tulip Paw tells Alpheus about a dream he had. Tells Alpheus of knowing a secret that can never be revealed and near silent paw steps. Well then, that's interesting. That is very interesting. I think I might know what that's about, actually. But I can't mention it. Anyway, time skip. 3:47, and we have births or deaths. Isabel is brought back to camp after wandering off. Piper Arch travels the other clans to bring them an important message. Interesting. Yellowcough killed Bubbling Mark. And then Streakstar something big is happening, guys. Streakstar called a clan meeting to give an important announcement. I kind of think MossClan is trying to advocate that Hornet Clan should be a clan. I'm gonna be honest. Like, despite everything, I kind of think they're trying to advocate that Hornet Clan should be a clan. I don't know what's happening, but, like, Streakstar seems chill with them. Piper Arch is giving important messages. But yeah, I'm sad. Bubbling Mark is sad. I'm trying not to be sad. I'm really sad. 162 moons old. I forgot there was a StarClan cat we should have been checking on. Dang it. We haven't been checking on them at all. You're giving advice to a medicine cat while thinking of it. Dang it, we missed out on so many statuses. Leaf's Roll has moved on from Frostfin. Stormywing has gotten green cough. Ice Shard no longer has white cough. Chasing Zoom sprain is healed. Tulip Paw has been named Tulip Beetle and honored for his drive. Peachy has recovered. Oh no. Zara woke up in the middle of the night to a strange noise. No one else was awake, or so she thought, until seeing someone at the fresh kill pile. Before Zara could realize her mistake, sharp canine teeth were at her throat, ensuring the clan wakes up to her nest empty and the prey gone. Rest in peace. Killed by a fox, I believe. Yep. Hydrate before you dehydrate like bubbling Mark and Zara. So, Basalt Rock and Flock, well, there's his name, but, there's her name, but they, lost their parent. Foxpaw fidget nervously as she steps forward in front of the clan. This is an important moment, so she tries not to hide her face from the crowd as Streakstar gives her the name Flock Shadow in honor of her loyalty. She quickly scurries back to the crowd once the ceremony's done, silently hoping this will be the last ceremony she ever has, and then got Yellowcough. The herb stores are low. Alpheus decides to ask Galaxy Clan for aid in these hard times. Thankfully, the allied clan is happy to share their excess herbs. Thank you. Icy Pelt wails when she sees the body of Bubbling Mark. Wheatheart wails when he sees the body of Bubbling Mark. Leaf Cave is rocked by the loss of Bubbling Mark. Sad. You almost lost a life recently. Well then. Interesting. You want to train. Maybe it's not about peace of Hornet Clan. Maybe it's something else. Model Iris is thinking about her life choices. Alpheus chases Kits out of his den. Tin Willow is visiting the nursery to give Chestnut Kit a checkup. Cute. Ashleep is craving the taste of frog. You are now the only mediator. Okay. Let's see. I want something happy. Hey, make my ship happen on the last moon. That would be nice. Peachy tries to set a good example for younger cats. Silverback sticks her tongue out at a mouse. Doesn't want to go on dusk patrol. Wheatheart pounced on some movement under the snow. Mocare saw a kitty pet rolling around a two-legged garden. Dust Bunny has the apprentices very engaged in a very tall tale. Leak Spot's trying to set a good example for younger cats. Leap's Roll almost died of embarrassment after a recent fumble. Stormy Wing is giving advice to Model Iris. Leaf Cave cleaning the clearing of snow. Ice Shard exhausted. Chasing Zoom can't stand this cold. Trickle Blotch is wondering what living on two legs must be like. Sharp Daisy doesn't get any work done all morning, too busy climbing trees. Rubble Spider wonders what Tulip Paw is up to. Sky does saw a two-legged Kit playing with Kitty Hit. Okay, both the dogs are in here, and they're being rowdy, so I'm gonna go let them out on the porch real quick. Can you hear them? Give me a second. Can you guys hear them in the background? They stopped playing. Okay, I'm gonna go let them on the porch. Okay, I'm back. You might hear barking in the background if they bark at something out there, but you know. Towards the end of stream. Oleander Kyle worries that he isn't contributing enough. You're fine. Flintmore saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Tamago Spot saw a kitty pet the fluffiest fur imaginable. Maki Ivy is hoping he finds an opportunity to slip back into his nest. Cloudy Chomp lets out a big yawn. Tulip Beetle feels a sense of dread. You are ambitious and an incredible runner. Basalt Rock jumps around on patrol. Flock Shadow helped bury Zara, leaving her favorite prey at the grave. You're nervous and fast as the wind. Freezepaw is wondering what living with two legs must be like. You're also old enough to actually leave camp. Copperpaw wants to make his mentor proud. You're rebellious. I think we already checked Tempest. Jasmine Paw saw a two-leg petting a loner. Howlpaw bats at a beetle that wandered into camp. Cute. Icepelt saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. Rainmask is telling a rather tall tale to any cat that will listen. Milkweed Kit is going to be apprenticed aged for Sprite-wise next moon. Cleaning snow. Telling on Piper Arch for something Perch Kit was told he couldn't do. I believe we have one more moon. Hello, welcome. Congrats on catching up. Heather Kit is looking up, watching the clouds roll by. Flicker Kit pounds on some movement under the snow like a fox. Light Kit wishes other cats would stop babying him. Chestnut Kit can't wait to be a warrior. Little babies. And let's do patrols. You get to go on your first patrols. Yay. Wolf pack. Okay. It's a good opportunity to observe the dangerous predators from afar. Halpaw is It's Halpaw! It is Halpaw that is the one seeing the wolves, guys. Is the game just being funny? Halpaw is surprised to watch them play, taking turns chasing and running from each other in a way that reminds them of the games they play with the other apprentices. Oh! Wait 1 second. Game is always funny, Nyoko. Yeah. Oh. Anyway. Your dog is confused now. You did not expect Nyoko. Look, I got really good at howling because my old dog Chiquita, a Chihuahua, would howl when I would howl, and it was really cute. So I got really good at it. And I sound like exactly how she sounded. Jasmine can go out with Flintmore. Disguise their scent. Finds nothing and no prey. Copperpaw can go out with Maki Ivy. Hello, wolves! We're just all looking at wolves, huh? One of the wolves peels off from the sleepy pack and starts ambling in the general direction of the cats, and Maki Ivy decides caution is wise. They return to camp without seeing anything more. And then Freezepaw can go out with Ice Shard. Hornet Clan scent. They're our ally now. A Hornet Clan apprentice wandering nearby hopelessly lost. Distraught, but Ice Shard only chuckles and gently guides the young cat back to their territory. So that could be Otterpaw or another apprentice that I'm not gonna name. I'm leaning towards the second one. Twilight can go out with Piper. I kind of want to send these two out, see what they get up to, maybe. Hello, we're hunting. We just have a giant hunting. Okay. We can do 6 cats. Trickle, Silver, Leap Swirl, Rubble, Cloudy Chomp, and Lake Spots. Don't. Creeping in as close as possible, Rubble Spider purrs to Silverback, keeping her calm as the patrol carefully digs down to her. Silverback blinks up at him, holding onto his presence in a scary situation. Thank you. And now to balance that out, let's do a solo. Hello, Sharp. Do I have to make another Galaxy Cat? Sharp Daisy steps across the border, padding across as if she belongs there. At the end of a hidden path, a cat from Galaxy Clan sits, who rises with a purr to rub against Sharp Daisy. The two simply lay together, the light of the moon dappling their pelts as they enjoy each other's company. When dawn approaches, Sharp Daisy heads home, her absence and return each unnoticed. Hello. Hey, Sharp Daisy, how old are you? You're 48 moons? Okay. Guess we'll figure out who you're dating later. Why is nobody in Galaxy Clan interested in their own clan? Let's send out Milk Hair and Basalt Rock and Tulip Beetle. Let's see, Old Badger set. Milk Hair comes up with a plan, pushing loose rocks in front of the set's mouth. And then Peachy can go out with Dust Bunny. And by teamwork, Peachy means working together to find an ideal place to nap the afternoon away. Who wants to do work when instead they could just cover for each other and find a glorious spot to waste time? Chasing Zoom, Oleander Khan, Sky Dusk. We see a shrew. We catch it. And then let's send out Tamago Spot with Alpheus. Tamago Spot seems more quiet and asks to learn more about the nature of StarClan. Relents and begins teaching more about StarClan, expecting boredom, but is shocked when he sees wonder in Tamago Spot's face. Good job. Possibly thinking about sashimi. Don't find babies. If you find babies, I'm ignoring it and it's not canon. Tin Willow heads out, leading a patrol of medicine cats to go find any fresh herbs that have survived Leaf Bear. The ground is slippery with frost, and as Tin Willow falls, Model Iris catches him. It's a nice reminder that the responsibility of looking after the clan is a shared one, and the rescue also makes Tin Willow shiver pleasantly. Do you have a crush now? Are you even... You do have a crush. Well then, also Model Iris. Girl, what are all of these? Wait, is that the life choices you were thinking about? Anyway, on to the last moon. Look, Model Iris is Chriskin. What were we expecting? Model Iris is related to Chris in some way. No births or deaths. Yay! The game listened to me! It made my ship of Lake Spots and Dust Bunny happen! Tin Willow has a running nose, Tulip Beetle has a stomach ache, Cloudy Chomp's pelt has been torn by rough ground, Milkweed Paw has been apprenticed to Leap Swirl, and then immediately slipped but landed nimbly. Perch Paw is apprenticed to Tamago Spot. And Heather Paw is apprenticed to Dust Bunny. Lake Bunny! Yeah, I coded MossClan with the second lowest relation with Hornet. So it is very interesting that we ended up this way towards the end. Streakstar is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Piper Arch can't keep up with Sharp Daisy. I mean, Sharp Daisy is sneaking off the Galaxy Clan, apparently. Model Iris is having a nice conversation with the Cats Garden Camp. Model Iris, are you being nice now? Alpheus is feeling a bit ill. Tin Willow is eavesdropping on Wheatheart. Ashley makes sure to check on a clanmate who's been having a rough time. I think the only thing that happened, majorly with, like, Frost is dead, never mind. Majorly with, positions of power changes is that Buddling Mark and Shard Ember died. I think that's the only thing that happened. Man, everyone I wanted to mediate is dead. That's so depressing. Peachy is trying to set a good example for younger cats. Silverback is complaining about an itch she can't quite reach. Twilight, looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Wheatheart, worried Leap Swirl is overworking himself. Milkhair tries to set a good example for younger cats. Dust Bunny is relieved Leaf Bear is finally over. Thank you for listening to my random shipping and becoming mates with Lake Spots since I found out you guys liked each other. Lake Spots tries to set a good example for younger cats. Leap Swirl wants to go on patrol. Stormy Wing watching the breeze blow around camp. Leaf Cave saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Oh yeah, Tempest. 1 second. Please have something important because I missed so many moons I could have checked you. You're just feeling lazy. Thank you, Tempest. That was so important. Tempest specifically sent a prophecy earlier in the year, and we forgot to be checking on Tempest. Ice Shard found a wonderful napping spot. Chasing Zoom is helping reinforce the camp walls. Turtle Blotch is playing a prank on Tulip Beetle. Good luck at work. Love you, honey. Trickle Blotch is playing a prank on Tulip Beetle. Sharp Daisy is relieved Leaf Bear is finally over. Rubble Spider is staring off into space. Oh, baby. Skydust is looking forward to finding more prey. Oleander Caw is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Flintmore is wondering what the inside of living with 2 legs must be like. Tomago Spot missed a catch and is still sulking. Mocky Ivy is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Cloudy Chomp is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Tulip Beetle found a wonderful napping spot outside camp. Basalt Rock is giving some advice to Flock Shadow. Flock Shadow wants to train. Bubbling Mark died of yellow cough, sadly. Freezepaw wonders how Copperpaw is doing. Copperpaw is wondering if there would be any clans other than the ones around his area. Jasmine Paw plays a prank on Chestnut Kit. Howpaw wonders if Tomago Spot was a good apprentice. Milkweed Paw is playful and an avid play fighter, given the leap swirl. You're not official MossClan apprentice age, but that's fun. Enjoying the Wharf of New Leaf. Purrs as a cool breeze hits him. Perchpaw is adventurous and splashes in puddles. Also given to a very young mentor. Oh, dogs are barking. Give me a second. Oh crap, Yoshi's in. That means he opened the door. I return. Yoshi, what happened was that Yoshi opened the screen door to let himself in. I think I might have just skipped ads. I'm not sure if I gave you ads. Sorry, I need to hydrate. I'm gonna dehydrate. So Yoshi opened the screen door to come in from the patio. The bad thing is that patio doesn't have any fencing. Like any good fencing. I had to do a cat check because he opened the door. Kit Kat was inside. Colby, Pippi, and Puddles were all outside. I had to go chase them back in. So, you know, that's why I'm out of breath. Colby was, like, about to try jumping off the patio. So, that would not have been good, because I live in the mountains, so I would have had to chase Colby up and down cliffs. Because Colby has gotten out in the past, and he is the worst one to try to catch. I just love my dogs, huh, Yoko? I do love them. They wanted to join a clan. Yeah, anyway, everyone's inside. We're fine. Anyway, Heather Paw has Hal Paw very engaged in a very tall tale. Very adventurous. Confident with words. Icy Pelt, grateful she has lived so long. That's sad after Bubbling is dead. Rainmouse is thinking about Dawn Stripe. Sorry, I'm still a little out of breath. Flicker Kit is giving some advice to Icy Pelt. I was running on adrenaline chasing them. Puddles is really easy to get back inside. He's a sweetheart. He's actually allowed on the patio because he does not even think about trying to leave. It's Pippi and Colby that are specifically who I was worried about. Flicker Kit is giving advice to Icy Pelt. Light Kit didn't get enough sleep. Chestnut Kit has taken up the role of guarding the fresh kill pile from cat spawning an extra piece and is taking her job very seriously. Patrol time. Fake patrols, you're not old enough. Is it Jasmine that isn't? Who's not old enough? Sorry, I'm very frazzled now. It's Milkweed, Perch, and Heather that are not old enough. So let's get you off the patrol. Okay. Chestnut and Light Kit rolled their names. The only one we changed was Flicker Kit, so we could have one that was named after one of Wheatheart's named after Wheatheart's sibling. But yeah, anyone specifically you want to send out? Yeah, it's the last moon, guys. Anyone specifically you want me to send out? I'm going in order of what I see. Big Apprentice and Mentor Patrol, okay. We can send out Hal Paw, Streakstar. Jasmine Paw, Flintmore. Copper Paw, and Maki Ivy. Oh, but I already sent out Streak, so no Streak solo. Practice new hunting techniques. Everyone has a nice practice session, picking up a good selection of new tricks to try out on their next hunting patrol. Hal Paw really gets into it, and Streakstar praises her for her focus and enthusiasm. That's adorable. Model Piper. Here we go. We're just getting Lungwort, nothing interesting. Random solo. Chasing Zoom. Can't think of anything, but the hunt goes well regardless. Sky Rebel. Don't poison the clan, please. Thank you. Wheat and milk. I can't send out wheat. Wheat is unavailable. My ship. Okay. My ship can go out. They got stuck in a storm, as every ship does. Just white cats. Okay, I'm gonna count Silverback. Let's do Milk Hair. Tamago Spot. Close enough. Badger on J-Clan territory. Silverback tells the patrol to continue on and hops over the border. Wallstar is so tired of them just straight up entering their camp to be like, hey, there's a badger. Wallstar is like, okay, cool. Can we, like, wait at the border to tell us? Anyone else specifically? Freezepaw probably out with Ice Shard. Scent of a mouse. Narrowly misses it. Wallstar, get out of my house! Maybe I'll send out Twilight with a medicine cat. They're just gathering moss and something dug it up. What are you doing in my swamp? Oleander and Cloudy. Cloudy and Oleander. Do we go for this? It's the last moon of the year. We're kind of full. I'm saying yes. Okay. Hantu? 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 Are you a character? Or just a name? You're responsible, keen eye, and steady paws. You have white cough, not red cough. Good. You look a lot like Mordream. Hello. Pretty. What is Hantu? I have a phone right in front of me. I could be looking this up. Give me a second. It's from Lilu and... Isn't that Gontu? I thought that was a G in that. I thought that was Gontu. Phone, please. Hantu. It's a Malay and Indonesian word meaning spirit or ghost. Ooh, fun. So possibly Malaysian or Indonesian kitty? Fun. Sharp Daisy can go out Tulip Beetle and Trickle Blotched. Resist Temptation, good job. And then Peachy can go out with Basalt Rock. Or Malaysian Two Legs, yeah. Badger. And then let's send out Leap and Tin. Asked to teach more about StarClan. Tinwillow tries to simplify the mystical power of their ancestors, but it only leaves Leap Sprawl more confused about StarClan and their prophecies. Okay then. And that is the year of MossClan. So sadly, Bubbling Mark and Shard Ember did die for the lineup. I don't think anything else is different, because we still have Streakstar, Piper Arch, Model Iris, Alpheus, Tinwillow, and Ashleap. We didn't get any apprentices for positions of power. Melkhair and Wheatheart did have babies, and both of them are still alive. I'm probably going to edit Flicker Kit to be a darker pelt, but look at the babies. But, yeah, that is a lot of stuff that happened. I'm going to hydrate before I dihydrate, and then we're going to end stream. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.